What's up, everybody? Welcome back to our exclusive series of Scary for Kids. As you guys well know, is not for the faint of heart. If you guys are new to this little series, this is just part 2. We're not too far into this. But I found this website that is killer for just educational things. No, I'm kidding. It's scary stories for children, and they're horrendous. So we're going to go over it one more time. Maybe some more after this. We'll see how many we can endure together on this channel. But for now, let's just go to my crazy good bookmark. Oh, oops. Wait a second. It's the wrong one. Oh, that's right. We made a merch page. So for you guys that are really enjoying this channel, I think we mentioned this before in the last one, but we have a merchandise page. We got some leggings, we got some tank tops, some shirts, we got some hoodies, and we'll just show you our top 3. We got our little soup tie-dye shirt. It looks great, if I say so myself, and we even turned it into a cell phone case. You can get iPhone or Samsung. We also have demonic hand energy, and it has a backside that looks pretty sick, if I say so myself. We even have Wendigo t-shirts that come in great colors, like yellow. So from this, we might be able to make some more merch after this episode, because the Scary for Kids was probably one of our biggest hits so far. So we're going to do part 2 right now. So let's go to the real bookmark. I don't care.
Your connection is not private.
I don't care.
Please ask for help.
Come on. What is this? Don't haggle me.
It's gonna be in Haggler.
No.
The site is blocked due to content filtering.
I found this website. It's a little too good to be true, if you ask me. But it's called Scary for Kids. So yeah, admittedly this is... Gosh darn it, guys. I'm so sorry. I was so excited for part 2. I guess there's a privacy error going on. The worst scary stories
You should
ever written. This is how I find my content, by the way. I just Google whatever the crap I'm thinking of. I'm like, this could be great.
The Irish Times.
Oh. Alright, guys. Sorry for the intermission. Chandler and I we're looking impossibly hard for something to replace Scary for Kids. And I think we've hit comedy gold here. The 7 most ridiculous ghost stories from around the world. As we pointed out before, you can tell a lot about a people from their folklore. Even their ghost stories speak volumes about all of the underlying neurosis that create our nightmares. But then, there are some ghost stories that just leave you absolutely freaking baffled. We're talking about spooks like the Shirime. This is number 7, folks. Approximately
100% of the people reading this are about to get their Halloween costume ideas for next year. You'll see.
Considering how consistently insane they are, Japanese ghost stories are about as formulaic as an episode of House. Typically, most of them read like this. Some traveler happens upon a mysterious stranger. A mysterious stranger reveals that he's some sort of insanely deformed ghost, and then the victim runs screaming, or the spirit disappears, or someone gets eaten by something. Which brings us to the story of the Shirime. In this tale, by the way, I know you can see that on the bottom. So this is why we didn't even read anything yet. We just went straight back up to the top. In this tale, a samurai warrior is walking around Kyoto late one night when he is accosted by some naked pervert, seemingly the dumbest rapist in all of Japan. What? What a way to start a ghost story. This dude's just chilling outside.
Just some pervert.
He's like, yo, what are you doing? He's just, gigolo time. Before the samurai can draw steel and carve this guy up for being a pervert, I guess. The samurai can draw steel and carve this guy up, however, the perv bends over and, wait for it, reveals he has a huge eyeball peering out of his anus. What are we? Oh my gosh. Also, can I point out that Megamind is the samurai warrior? Let's keep reading. Anyone else think that looks like Bob from Monsters vs. Aliens?
Yeah.
That's about where the story ends. Yeah, Japanese folklore takes the keep it simple, stupid approach to spooky bullcrap. They just ask you to imagine a samurai staring down at some guy mooning him with an eye up his butthole and make up your own ending. He's like totally shocked. This poor guy, he's like sweating. He's like, whoa.
Variations of the theme might replace the shrine with a snake-naked woman, or a woman without a face, or a chick with a slit mouth, or that thing from Pan's Labyrinth.
Okay, if you guys don't know what that is.
Okay, that kind of looks like Voldemort.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah, give somebody eyes where they wouldn't usually have eyes, and make them chase a samurai around, and you've got a Japanese ghost story.
Should we make one up? Should we just make a ghost story real quick? A Japanese folklore? Alright. So once upon a time, there was a farmer. And he was out there, making rice. And he realizes that there's a silhouette of something just standing in the middle of his field. And as he gets closer, he realizes that the man's nipples are eyes.
NANI?!
And this man had no mouth. It was just a nipple where his mouth should be. The end. Japanese folklore at its finest. Okay, number 6. The Hantu Tetik. If you thought Japan had a kinky and disturbing mythology, we'd like to introduce you to Malaysia, specifically the Hantu Tetik, whose name is most commonly translated as breast ghost. But we're pretty sure that titty specter, booby phantom, and gazangular apparition are all just as acceptable.
As you may have guessed, these female spirits have an impossibly humorous rack.
Humongous.
Oh, humongous.
Put your glasses back on, fool.
They're hurting my
Humorous
eyes.
rack.
Humorous.
This little kid just, look at his tits.
Humongous rack, and their entire shtick is to float around, smothering attractive and virile young men and their ectoplasmic unfun bags.
Who's writing this article? I have to know.
And while you might think that doesn't sound like a bad way to go, put away those Ouija boards, gentlemen, because this one just gets weirder. I want to know.
It's kind of a sick Ouija board, though. First of all, the Jug Spook is said to be a hideously obese old hag. So, like her body, like it fits. You know what I mean? It's not like she's like some skinny lady and has like the most humongous boobs you've ever seen.
Well,
like it fits.
Let's read this next
Well, it says obese old hag, and her triple Z cup namesakes are on her back. It's like, oh, it's Mr. Wessler, and then he turns around and like, oh no, it's the Hantu Tetik. I could just steal milk off the back of that. Like, you know how for like a cow you need to get a pail underneath and like, all right, Bessie, don't kick me. I could just run up, squeeze into a jar, and just run, just for laughs. It seems the Hantu Tetik has been appropriated in Malaysia as a kind of boogeyman story to keep children in line. You gonna beat you to death with her boobs?
Just
Tetons.
As a version of the story has the ghost hunting down kids who strayed too far or stay out too late and wrapping them up in their titties so nobody will ever find them again. What a power move.
come here.
This ghost is not just a creepy obese hag. She's a magician. I'm gonna make this child disappear. And just like dips her tits over him and he's gone.
Head bloody bones.
Many American localities have their own individual roaming monster stories. Bring the tourists in and scare the crap out of them for profit. New Jersey, for example, has the Jersey Devil. Missouri, not wanting to be outdone, vomited out some bizarre story about a pig skeleton with bear claws that reads like a mashup between Red Riding Hood and Pumpkinhead. Ew, what is this? Oh, it's Pumbaa. Duh.
Up until now, it sounds like Disney musical cartoon, but it only gets edgier and less family-friendly from here.
Rawhead just sounds like such a bad gang name. Yo, dude, this is my bud, Rawhead. Yeah,
How would
dude.
you get that name?
They call me Rawhead because I don't wear a condom. I don't know. But now I'm trying to think like, dude, we gotta make more merch soon. And the only thing I can think of making merch is a shirt with tits on the back of the shirt.
The Toil?
The Toil looks like Gollum, I guess. We're not done yet with Malaysia. Their Toil is a mischievous fetus ghost. Okay, I'm only gonna say this really briefly. his girlfriend and I were in the car joking about a fetus ghost. Because we're like, well, when you have a miscarriage or like a stillborn, like what if you're haunted by a ghost of that? And it's just running around the house, just like, it has no mind really. So it's just going through stuff like Jack and Incredibles 2. And he just, he has no idea what's going on. He's just completely dead-minded and just floating around the house.
There you go. Turn off my watch.
Yeah, go take care of your watch. Go for it. Yeah, go take care of your watch. Anyway, the Toil is said to be the spirit of a deceased human fetus summoned by an evil wizard to enter people's homes and rob them of whatever his cute little fetus-sized hands can carry. Because enslaving a tortured soul of an abortion is clearly the easiest and most convenient way to steal a wallet. The Headless Mule. This ought to be good, I think. Just some prime rib steak running around. This charming bedtime story comes all the way from Brazil. Maybe my best guess is that one of the soccer players knocked a head off of a mule with the ball. He just whacked it so hard that he just broke it.
Decapitated
it's just gone. Whose chief I called it. Whose chief exports are soccer and really messed up crap. According to this quasi-Christian legend, a prostitute slept with a chaste priest, and God decided that this deserved some particularly terrifying divine intervention.
Apparently.
Typically, God is known to punish people with barren fields and plagues of frogs and whatnot, but this time he decided to shake it up a little and turn the woman into a giant purple mule with no head and fire spewing from the ragged neck stump. This was during God's surrealist period.
The hairy toe.
Jeez. I just keep thinking of the Thumbs from
Spy Kids?
Yeah, from Spy Kids, and they just got a wig on. It's the hairy toe.
The American folktale of the hairy toe is absurdly popular all over the Western world, with many variations on detail, but they all follow the same basic plot. A woman finds a huge disembodied toe in the garden, and her first instinct to take it home and make a stew out of it. Later that night, a murderous ghost appears, howling for the return of its severed appendage.
Yeah, this one's actually like a pretty common story. I've heard it a lot when I was a kid. You know, this kid's like eating the stew or soup or whatever, and then the ghost comes and he's like, "Where's my toe?" And then he dies, basically. Or goes missing, one of the two.
The Highgate chicken ghost.
Alright, well, I guess roosters can be a Green Lantern. Let's see what happens next in this comic series. We'll preface this with the fact that this is a real haunting that some people out there honestly believe. The story begins at Highgate Pond in England with the philosopher and scientist Sir Francis Bacon, who in 1626, you don't know who Francis Bacon?
No.
He's actually a really famous, really cool scientist, who in 1626 had an argument with his friend Dr. Witherbone. That is one fragile doctor. They check his blood pressure and kill him. They just break his neck. Over how to preserve meat, and probably also, well, if your name's Dr. Bacon, I would assume you'd be searching into meats. And probably also over who had the funnier name.
Sir Bacon suggested that perhaps keeping meat cold could make it last longer, but being a doctor in the 1600s, Witherbone found the suggestion as asinine as washing your hands before surgery. To prove his point, Bacon went out and got himself a chicken, plucked it, cleaned it, stuffed it with snow, and invented the first frozen chicken. Then he caught pneumonia and died, making him a martyr for KFC.
I like that he's like, it's as futile as just washing your hands before surgery. Like, it's useless. You are a terrible doctor, Witherbone. Just gonna say that right now. The site of Bacon's death is said to have been haunted ever since, but not by any human soul for over 300 years. The site of Bacon's experiment has been haunted by the ghost of the chicken he killed. What would the chicken even do? You just like walk into the lab and it just like comes out, plucks your eyes out, and you're like, oh no.
Just starts having a chicken fight with you.
Yeah. It gets a forklift and chases you.
Chickens have a chicken fight?
They're ruthless.
They're scary.
Well, guys, this was definitely not what I was expecting to film today, but hope it was fun nonetheless.
Interesting.
I'm so sorry that Scary for Kids is shut down. I guess those kids just got out of hand and not allowed to do it anymore.
It was probably after we made the video.
Yeah, they're just like, oh, they found us out. We're on YouTube now. They're like, we don't want our stories that public. So yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. We hope that you guys enjoy the merch that we put out. I will say this. I'm using Teespring, and I'll leave the link in the description box below for you guys. You guys can also go to the Instagram page, and we'll have the link on there too. But here's the thing, is that Teespring really likes to make its stuff expensive so that I get a good profit out of it. So it'll be like $60 so that I get at least $20 out of it. But here's the thing. I lower my prices as far as they'll go. So we'll never have a promo code. We'll never have anything to like drop the price, because then Teespring will get mad at me for not getting any profit at all. So whatever you're buying, that is the base price, and I can't go any lower. I wish I could, guys. I really wish I could, but this is what we are stuck with, and I hope you guys just enjoy what we put out anyway. I think it's worth the prices anyway, though.
Yeah.
You know, like a $20 hoodie for something that's like really high quality. So yeah, again, we have t-shirts, cell phone cases,
masks,
yeah,
fanny
we have
packs.
like COVID-19 masks and fanny packs and lots of different things that you can expound on. So I hope you guys stay tuned on the channel for the next episode and keep watching that merch page. We'll be uploading new stuff soon. So yeah, we'll see you guys in the next episode of 2020 or whatever it is we're doing next. Yeah.
Yeah.
Peace out.